Nike Air Max 1990. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Nomad Cast, a podcast where every shoe has a story. Here's your host, Mr. Anderson.
The Nike Air Max was released in 1990. The original title was the Air Max 3. Designed by Tinker Hatfield, the sole motivation was to knock this silhouette out the park. The sneaker debuted during the time when Nike was applying a chokehold on the sneaker industry. The infrared colorway was a smash success with consumers. It was clear Nike was on his way to doing something great. Let's go ahead and analyze the Nike Air Max 1990. I talked about the infrared during the beginning of this episode. Look at the infrared badging placed on the heel. Look at the infrared badging along the sides, around the instep, under the mud guard, right by the air bubble. Now you look at this, the Nike badging right on the back here, also Air Max badging right there as well. But this infrared, I'll tell you, the original color was red. It wasn't orange, it was a red infrared. And I tell you, people went crazy. People went crazy. Now I move on to that when I'm talking about nostalgic memories. Look at the black mud guard right here, right on the upper, separating itself from the infrared and the Air Max bubble. Now you notice the Air Max bubbles from Air Max 1, the Air Max 90s like this one. The Air Max bubble was enormous compared to subsequent Air Max bubbles later on. I guess they kind of cut the fat and streamlined it. But these were big Air Max bubbles back in the day. Again, look at the classic Nike tongue badging right here, down the throat. Look at the sides here. It's almost like a mesh material as I rotate the sneaker around. Look at the bottom, classic Air Max 1990s era bottom. The sole, look at that. Look how this infrared integrates itself with this white sole up under the mud guard. And also you have black right up in here as well. Picture perfect design on the Air Max 90. Oh, by the way, all the old heads remember this. Remember the little keychain that used to come with these. Got a story for those. Also, when you reach inside, it has anatomical arch support. For folks that need arch support like me, you could drive a truck under my arches, but I know some people have flat feet. Nike's looking out for you guys, right? Arch support. Let's look at this, the keychain. Everyone remembers during that era, that Nike infamous keychain that was on the Jordans and other select Nikes as well. A beautiful shoe, well-constructed shoe, integrating different materials and just making a splash. Like I talked about this mud guard, the infrared colors, the badging. The Air Max 90, in my opinion, is one of the most important Nike silhouettes of the 1990s, and arguably one of the most important silhouettes of all time that transcends other sneaker brands, other silhouettes, and other trims. Just my opinion. All right, let's talk about comfort. How does this joker feel? Now, the Air Max 90 is one of the most comfortable sneakers ever created. Look at the inside of this. Nice plush material. It's very soft. As I take this out, as you can see the sole right in there, you can wear this sneaker without wearing socks. No show socks, or put some foot powder on so your sneakers won't smell and your sneakers and your feet won't sweat. But I would tell you, from a comfort level, remember this sneaker was originally designed to run. However, we know people are not running in the Nike Air Max 90s. You're probably running the Foot Locker or running to the Nike app, but you're not running in these. Now, back in the day, the runners used to wear them, but nowadays, that's not happening. So from a sporting level, just rocking on the regular, as I like to say, streetwear, with your outerwear, with your active wear, the Nike Air Max is a comfortable sneaker, a comfortable shoe. I've had no issues with the Air Max 90s as far as comfort level. I've been wearing this shoe since the 90s, the 2000s, so on and so forth. I've never had an issue with Nike Air Max 90s comfort level. No issues at all. Put in the comments if you had some. I haven't had any issues with comfort level. Oh man, let's talk about nostalgic memories. And when I say nostalgic memories, you know I got to start with the daggone keychain. Tell me in the comments, did you not wear the daggone keychain outside of the Air Maxes? I know I did. I'll be the first one to admit it. Back in the day, I was 16 years old when this daggone silhouette came out. And this was a shoe to wear in the summertime. I only could speak for Detroit, right? We wore this shoe with the Nike short sets, Nike hat, Nike shirts, Nike shorts, Nike ankle socks. And you guessed it, to top it all off with the Nike Air Max. The guys was wearing it. The girls were wearing it. Everybody was rocking the Air Max. You go on college campuses and high schools, going to the park, going to the mall, the movies, whatever. And you can rock the Air Maxes not only with shorts, we wore them with freaking jeans. We wore them with the old school Nike windbreaker workout pants. So when I see this shoe, I think about going to Fairlane Mall back in 1990 to the Foot Locker that was there, buying a pair of Air Max 90s. These suckers were cold. I'm telling you. This shoe brings back so many memories. I would tell you, this is the quintessential every sneaker has a story. These shoes have stories. I could talk about going to Belle Isle, just doing regular teenage stuff in these Air Max 90s. I mean, they were everywhere. And I would imagine across other cities, not only in the United States, but in the world, everyone was wearing the Air Max 90s. I'm telling you, Nike, it was something about Nike silhouettes in those 80s and 90s that was, to me, it was a pillar of excellence. You know, I'm no Nike spokesman. I'm just a person that's been wearing Nikes for years. And I tell you, these shoes bring back so many memories. And whenever I see this shoe, I think of summertime. Perfect summertime sneaker. And they have other colors, other trims of the Nike Air Max, as you can see here. But I would tell you, this whole infrared, back then this was red. You know, they got the orange ones now. They had some orange ones back then, different colorways. But I would tell you, the Nike Air Max continues to stand the test of time. And this shoe, ladies and gentlemen, is 33 years freaking old. And people are still wearing shoes that were originally developed in the 1990s. You talk about sustainability, likability, comfortability. These sneakers have the ability to stand the test of time because the track record is proven. So if you know, like I know, you remember, what were you doing when you were wearing a pair of Air Max 1990s? Thank you for everyone for tuning in to this episode of the Nomad Cast, where we analyzed and talked about the Nike Air Max 1990s. And you know what we say here at the Nomad Cast? Because every shoe has a story. Until we meet again, Air Max 1990s. Cold, man. Cold.